Hello, how's the summer going? Hope you're doing well. I know that the building and finances probably isn't at the top of everybody's mind when you think of the church. But once in a while it's probably good to just figure out what is kind of happening in this, because actually the building is actually quite important to be able to come and come to Mass and do the other activities such as school or the like within the church. And the finances, they're important, of course, to kind of make everything go. In fact, for those of you who have been so generous, there really is a beautiful connection in the sense that when we think about our time, our talent, and our treasure, and all these things, finances is a good kind of measuring point for that. And so the gift that many of you give through your finances is really a gift of yourself, and it really does contribute to the building up the kingdom so that people can get to heaven. So let's just take a little bit of time to look at both the building and also the finances. You're probably familiar with the building. I showed you many different rooms within the building, and I'm thinking of an add-on project. Yeah, it would be great to have a room like this, don't you think? Yeah, a room filled with gold. Well, we're not exactly there, but we did end up in the black, and actually did pretty well this year considering all of the COVID things and that type of a thing going on. So thank you so much for your generosity in that regard. One of the big things that happens with our building happens with the heating and cooling system. And so we got a new cooler a little while back. You might have known about that. So we can have air conditioning once again functioning in a superb way within the church. But also we're working on the pneumatics, the controls of particularly the heating and the air, which these pneumatic systems are becoming ancient and having lots of repair issues and expenses. And so we've been able to do some of that, and maybe we can even do the rest of it later this summer or this fall due to your generosity. And just keep holding out with this heating system. We did put new VAV boxes in, if you know what those things are, but we will likely have to replace the whole system in 7 years or less because of its age. Anyway, an exciting thing that happened with the building that I want to make note of, if you hadn't heard, is that in the social hall, due to a very generous donor, we were able to put up sound panels in the ceiling. I'm excited to test it out, so when we can get back in there for a coffee and rolls, it'll be an opportunity. Those of you who have been in there know that there can be all this echoing, and it's hard to hear people at times. So we're hoping that this will really help. We can do a little bit of additional things if needed that will at least hopefully take the edge off and hopefully allow us to hear one another. Or when I'm with the children at lunch, I can actually hear them, as they can get pretty loud too during the school day and the lunch period. Regarding the finances, let me just give you a little bit of a summary. In the description I put a link to the finances. You'll find them in the bulletin and on the email that I'm sending out as well. Now, we ended up doing well in terms of adult envelope, at least better than we did last year. We were 15,000 more than last year, so that's good to see those adult envelopes picking up. The cash plate was a little bit down, but to be expected. There were several times where we didn't have Mass or fewer people have been able to come. However, in the long run, we were only 27,000 below budget, so not really so bad. We were able to end in the black, and that's a positive thing. We did have a little bit less staffing due to some different things within the office. So other than making my life more difficult, that saved us some money, as well as we saved some money on utilities, and so expenses were down overall too, with the less activities and different things going on due to COVID. So we're holding our own and hoping that your generosity will continue to see us through to continue to thrive. As I said just a moment ago, there's really a truth to the fact that in terms of our contributions financially is really a part of us. We spend actually quite a bit of effort trying to build up our equity and gain financial independence and success for ourselves. And when we share that with God and His work in the parish, great things can happen. So anyway, that's kind of a bit of a preview or overview, really, I guess, rather, of the financial report. If you have any questions, don't feel free to reach out to Barb or myself to clarify them, and hopefully you'll be hearing more and more about how we're doing and where we're going. Anyway, have a great week and many blessings to you.